Brand new anymore. It came out in the beginning of the year. Church of Rock and Roll. I Like It is the name of the song. And on the phone with us, we are happy to have Alex, who's in the band. He plays trumpet, right, Alex?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, guys?
Great. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
Just been listening to that great record of yours all day long today, and it's going to be one that's going to be stuck in my CD player, iPod, whatever, for quite some time. Just want to let you guys know that.
Much. I appreciate it.
So how's everything going with the band? You guys have some tour dates coming up, or?
Yeah. We've been pretty busy all year. I think we've been around the country like 5 times now. I think we've basically played every little nook and cranny of the country. I think this year alone. But we're doing some Halloween dates. We're out right now. We're gonna do some Halloween shows, and at the end of the year, we're gonna do a couple holiday shows around the area. But we're kind of dying down, and we're gonna start doing a new record here pretty soon.
So with the same lineup, same producer, because you worked with Justin Hawkins of The Darkness on the last record, right?
Yeah, a true friend. And I think I was talking to Matt, and he said he just saw Justin last night.
Yeah,
which is great. Really miss him. We don't know yet. We're still kind of writing our songs and in the planning stages, but I'll let you know when we do find out.
Yeah, I mean, I love the sound of the new record. It obviously has got a little bit of darkness in there because he produced it for you, and I just like the whole sound, and I like the whole what you guys are doing. It's like it kind of reminds me of Queen, a little bit of Led Zeppelin, a little bit, and the darkness. But that's all good, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think all that stuff's in there. You know, for us, this record was just, I don't know, it's what we wanted to hear. It's what we wanted to hear in rock, and we kind of traversed all the different styles of what we feel rock is, and just tried to put into it what we wanted and what we felt maybe was a little bit lacking nowadays. That's all.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to ask you, Alex, because I know this is your 4th release. I know the first album was the Flamingo Trigger, which you guys self-released. And then, of course, introducing Foxy Shazam, and then, of course, the Foxy Shazam. And my question is, because if you actually play all 4 of those albums back to back to back, it's kind of a unique thing that you guys have going on there, because I guess you could say each of those albums sounds drastically different than the previous album. So you guys are constantly evolving your sound and changing your sound. Is that something that you guys planned on doing from the get-go, or is that just something that's evolved from album to album, or whatever the emotion is, or whatever's going on at that particular time when you guys are getting together to write the new material?
No, thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's something we take great pride in, and we do focus on. We never want to make the same record twice, and we never will. But also, like you were saying too, I mean, to us it seems a natural thing for a band, which is a living organism, to do. Like as a human being, you're different from year to year, and you change over time, and your music being a reflection of yourself, or as a whole, should reflect that, you know. And so it should change. We tend to go for the drastic change sometimes, so that's just for the challenge of ourselves. But we want it all, you know. It truly, as musicians, we want we feel like every genre and every style is like a certain strand, and you're weaving a big rope or something, and you want to make yourself the strongest rope possible. And so over time, you just collect and you try to master as many of those as you possibly can. And we'll go through it all before it's all said and done.
Yeah, one of the things I know Eric, who's the lead singer, and he was quoted as saying that when you listen to one of our records, you want to think of your favorite things, and then basically the album all makes sense.
That's what I did today. I was thinking about all my favorite things, and I was having a good time listening to the Church of Rock and Roll.
I mean, I guess in a way it's, and this is something I've always talked to my brother about, and people in general about music, is yes, the music is what it is, but it's how it spurs the emotions and how you feel at that particular time, memories or what have you, feeling good, feeling sad, or what have you. And it seems to me like that's a great way of explaining music nowadays, and what music should be is, does the music move you when you're listening to it, and does it affect you in different ways, and maybe some people different than others. And in a way, I think that's what this album does for most people.
Thank you very, very much. And you're so right. And it's something that I think maybe some bands or certain artists gloss over and go kind of do a straight formula. Maybe sometimes they're forgetting the feeling. You know, it's the very core. And when you're writing, and the foundation, the idea you're trying to get across. And if you can create the music to match that feeling, there's nothing more powerful. You know, when you get that completely right, and then it's truly a magical thing.
So when I'm sorry, go ahead. You weren't finished?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, when you guys sat down with Justin Hawkins to make this album, did he come up with any ideas for you guys in what direction you might want to go in, or did you guys pretty much have that all figured out and this would be the best producer to work with to get that?
Yeah, we kind of knew what we wanted to do for the church. It was pretty well laid out. We had written the song "Welcome to the Church of Rock and Roll" actually very early on in the process, and it was kind of a flagpole song for us. And even the lyrics, everything about that song was it gave us the direction for the entire record. We knew what we were going to do, and so we were pretty ready to go. But of course, I mean, Justin's a great friend and a brother, and he truly is just he slides in. He was just the extra member, you know, of our band for just a short amount of time, and it was so easy, and it was just making a record with a great friend. And we both had the same ideas and vision. We bounced off each other so well, and it was perfect, you know. It truly was, and I think that reflects, you know, and it shows in the songs too. I think you can feel it. You know, it was fun, and it was a release for us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I got out of the whole record. There's some fun songs on there. Then there's some more serious ones, like the last one, "Freedom," is really interesting, and I love "Wasted Feelings." I mean, just the whole album is there's not one song that's exactly the same as the other, and the vocals are different, and then of course you have some trumpet playing on some of the songs, and on the songs you're not playing trumpet, what are you usually doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing. I mean, I'm a strong part of the composition of the songs and stuff like that. Also the lyrics and the melodies. Eric and I do those together, and so a lot of backup vocals and arrangement is a lot of the stuff that I truly enjoy doing too. You know, Sky as well. I don't know. We each play our role in our own way, and we play them well, and we know them very well, and we're very confident with that. And so, as a unit, it's very organic. You know, there isn't too much friction or struggle.
Well, that being said, I mean, I know you just mentioned that you help write some of the lyrics and melodies and such. What does each member of the band bring to the table when you guys are getting together to write the music? I mean, 'cause you guys are a 6-piece band right now, so it's just out of curiosity. What's everybody bringing to the table in regards to the overall sound of what's being made and the finished results?
I mean, the true honest answer is it's everything. It would not be the same without you know, one member. And it's a great thing to be able to say, you know, but it's also a very fragile thing to maintain.
Really, Chris?
I don't know. Something happened.
Yeah, it's called turn your cell phone off when you're on the air, man. I mean, come on, dude.
I was checking out the songs from the Church of Rock and Roll, and the thing inadvertently hit play. So apologize for that, Alex.
No, it's fine. Totally fine.
Hopefully you downloaded those songs and you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I got them the other day. We're going to touch bases on that in just a second, but go ahead. What were you saying, man?
Yeah, I was going to sit there and, I mean, if our listeners out there haven't had a chance to see your stage show, you guys put on a pretty phenomenal stage show, very entertaining and such. I mean, your keyboard player, how do you say his name? Sky. I mean,
Sky White.
Yeah, I mean, just how is he able to do some of the things that he does on stage and still be able to play the keyboards doing what he's doing up there? I mean, how does that work? I mean, is that an art form in and of itself?
I mean, I believe so. I think we all do, and that's why we take it so serious. And really, it's kind of the way we all were born. You know, like all of us, even before we were in the band, we're in different bands, and it's what we've always done. We just happen to find each other over time, and I don't know. We call those things like certain moves. We call them like super moves, and you kind of keep like a Rolodex in your brain. And as you're going, like it's kind of like controlled chaos. There's improv, but you're pulling out these moves that you find, and as you keep going through the night, maybe you find another one, and you find these new ones, and you're constantly evolving. It's like making a record or anything else. You know, the live show is constantly evolving as well. And I don't know. We take it just as serious because we believe that. To see something can truly help you understand it better when you hear it, or you know.
Well, yeah, you hear it and then you see it live. I think if you see it live first and then you go back and listen to it, I think it makes it a little bit easier as opposed to listening to it first and then going to see it. I don't know. Maybe it works both ways.
I believe it does.
Yeah.
You know, but
I was going to ask you, do you think people in general, like, I noticed some of your videos, would they take it more as like a joke type of band as opposed to being a serious type of band? You think, have you got that reception here and there from people?
you know, I guess I do. You know, sometimes I guess we ride that line. We we much rather prefer to be loved or hated. You know, we hate it when people have no opinion on us. To us, that's like the biggest insult. So, you know, I guess people might take us that way, but I don't know. We also believe that, you know, you shouldn't take anything too seriously. You know, that's not a bad lesson to go through life, you know, living by. So, I don't know. We have a good sense of humor, I suppose.
I do have a question for you, and that song, I Like It. To me, very reminiscent of Queen meets Led Zeppelin in a way. So I definitely want to pass that along, and you guys, I mean, it comes across really, really well, but I have to ask you. The biggest black ass I've ever seen. Was there a particular black ass that really stands out, or was that just a metaphor for something else, or what have you?
You know, I don't think it wasn't one in particular. We're just, I think, celebrating a general aspect, if you will, of life.
Okay.
So just overall.
I mean, it's a great video too. I mean, you watch the video you guys are pulling into the church and stuff with the machine guns and everything, and then it just kicks in there. I mean, who does the planning for your videos? Is that something that you guys come up with as well, or do you guys?
Actually, Eric, he actually does all that, the visual side and the video and stuff, and he takes great pride in that, and he's really great at it. And that video was particularly fun to do because we did that in Cincinnati. It's a church that Sky owns. Actually, it's a and so, I mean, the floorboards were kind of falling apart. We had to be really careful and stuff, but we just had a whole bunch of fans and family there in the background, and we got to do it at home. And so it was a pretty special video for us.
So he did he had the idea for the Holy Touch video too?
Yeah. Went through a couple different ideas for that, but we're really happy with the way that it ended.
Yeah, it was kind of an abrupt ending, if to say the least. If you watch the video, listeners, you know what I mean.
No, that one was really fun. I mean, it was the biggest budget video we've ever done. You know, like there was assistants on set and all these things. And we got to do other, you know, kind of physical things we never got to do before. We got to go up on the trapeze and stuff like that, and do green screen. And so it was pretty fun. It was a different type of challenge.